Good morning, my humans, my heroes, my immortals, my gods, my goddesses on Patreon and everywhere else in a little bit. Blessed Yule. This is a YouTube live stream. Unlisted link to my patrons on Patreon, my humans, my heroes, my immortals, my gods. Drawing the Circle on Patreon. They're getting it for a little while before I then release it to the world later today, because joy to the world, mal to the vid. So it is winter solstice. I've been lecturing and doing rituals and ceremonies for decades on this day for, oh God, I don't even want to count the years. But each year, there's always an upgrade. So yay, the dark days are over. Well, you're gonna, every day, another minute or so of daylight. My cats are all in the area somewhere. I'm sure they'll all make their way over because they're camera hogs, especially now that I've got the new laptop and I've been doing this from the couch. They love just doing their little feline cameos, hashtag feline cameos. So this one might go a little long. Buckle up because you already know how long this is before I do, because you're watching this later. We've got mantras to do. We've got some stonework, some crystal mineral. We've got a candle to light. We're going to anoint it. We're going to do some prayer, some meditation, some breath work with those mantras. So the mantras are going to pretty much be last, except I open with a prayer, close with a prayer. It's just how I roll. And we're going to slow this one down a little bit, because Yule is the birth of the sun, and you don't take the baby first day and run it around doing errands, right? You let it rest, right? This is still a period of rest. Blessed winter. I see felines gathering on the perimeter. Come on, guys, come sit with mama. I say, well, why do you make your cats call you mama? And if you haven't heard this before, it's because they don't have the jaw structure for the letter D. It's works for me, and they literally do that. So so let's get up in this gig. For those of you who have not seen these before, since I started doing them here, the lighting effects that I get just from the natural light coming through the window in the morning, it's I couldn't place it the other day. One of my patrons said, oh, it's like a Beatles album cover. I was like, yes, that's what it was. I couldn't. You'll see. And if you know what I'm talking about it. And please feel free to comment. I know this is a live stream, but unless you're actually watching it on Patreon right this moment, I won't see the chat. But certainly in the comments here. Because what we do today, symbolically as well as literally, sets a foundation for the next wheel of the year until Yule next. And we'll talk about that. Let's take a hot minute, though, to relax. Do just a brief prayer to set up the energy, and then see where they take us. And beware, I've got the Zeus stick, the thunder stick. I made this, well, not the actual branch, right? But I did the burning, so Papa Zeus in the house, so mote be. As well as a bunch of other gods and goddesses depicted in the jewelry that I am wearing, and maybe we'll talk about that too. So please get yourself comfortable in a position you can stay in for a good couple of minutes as the Apollo and the clouds and all of that decide to take over the lighting. And please take a nice deep breath. On my YouTube readings, I always say both feet on the floor if you can. I can. I'm just choosing to sit lotus for this. But, do you. Whenever you're watching this, it doesn't matter even if you're watching this days later. Because Yule is not just a day, it is a season. And here comes kitties. Come on, Belzy. Come sit with Mama. Come pray with Mama. You can't even see him. There he is. Thank you. Lay down. Come on, butter. My bear, my Belzy bear. So close your eyes. And just scan the body, right? Start at the top of your head and just give permission. Permission, movement, stretch, neck roll, shoulder shrug. Work your way down the body, particularly the area behind the ears, right? And that ridge of your skull back there, back of your neck, the jaw, because the body is very much a part of YULE. We're going to be talking about the root chakra today, all of the different systems and tribes within your own body, the liver cells, the little gray cells, but all part of a larger tribe called the physical body. And as the simplest act of personal reverence, to just revere, give some attention to the cells, the tissues, the organs, the systems, giving them the space they need to relax, the permission they need to relax. All the way down the body. Now focus on the breath. You don't even have to change it right away if you don't want to. Just witness it. Let it do what the breath does. And how simply it brings you into the present moment. You're always in the present moment. There's no place else to be. So that gift of coming home to the present, but it's still, it's cliche, but it's true. All right, we're not trying to activate the Merkaba. We're not trying to ascend to a higher starseed dimension of this or that. We're just relaxing. Baby steps. It's YULE. The wheel begins a new turn. And it's from this more relaxed place I offer this prayer. As I call to our collective pantheons of guides, masters, teachers, gods, goddesses, saints, angels, totems, healers, ancestors, and our own higher selves straight up to the divine singularity. Surround us now in a force field of light containing and protecting all that we do in this time shared at any point in any timeline of any lifetime. That all information and energy that exchanges between us does so clearly, cleanly, and for the well-being of all. And on my part, please use me. Every chakra, every system, everything known and unknown to me, conscious, subconscious, and unconscious, to serve this my tribe. The tribe of the soul, the tribe of the spirit, the tribe of the divine, which is all things. Unity. Use me. So mote it be. And so it is. And as you're ready, it's a lot. Wiggle fingers and wiggle toes. We just started. Let's not go there. Unless you went there. So let's talk a little bit about YULE. There are 8 Sabbats in the Wheel of the Year. And, that's why I have the YouTube video, The Root of YULE, from 2017 that I did at the Silver Broom. It goes into all of the basics, and I'm sure a lot of you have seen that. So I'm not going to start from scratch on this one. But there are some basic coordinates, I think, worth talking about briefly. Otherwise, we'll be here all day. The root chakra is connected to the Sabbat of Yule. There are 8 Sabbats in the pagan wheel of the year. Let's say Yule, Imbolc, Ostara, Beltane, Letha, Lammas, Mabon, and Samhain. I did it. I had to take a second. I'm visualizing the wheel in my head. But there are also 8 chakras. Now, there are way more than 8 chakras. And I know everybody wants to stop at 7 at the crown chakra. But if you add the 8th chakra, which is a huge part of what's going on planet Earth, paradoxically enough, you get 1 chakra per Sabbath. So Samhain, we completed in the 8th chakra, right? Looking back at it all, seeing it from the satellite. But now we're back on the ground floor, if not the basement. But basements can be lovely places. Just be careful of pods and all of that, Donald Sutherland. I know the lighting. It's like I go from total contrast to just being just washed out. And that's okay. The gods will do what the gods will do. So the root chakra connected with YULE does make sense in the Christian sacraments, because if you read Anatomy of the Spirit by Carolyn May, she puts together the chakras, the Christian Sabbats, the spheres of the Kabbalah, and what was the other one? There's a lot. There's just a lot in that book, the Sanskrit and all of it. It's an amazing book. It's an amazing book. It changed my life. But while I was doing that work at the beach one day, drawing out the chakras, and because I'm a Virgo, that's what I do at the beach. I bring work. And tuning to each one, I was shown the pagan part of it, right? Which is the 8 Sabbats. So the birth of the sun, the Sabbat, I should say the sacrament, the Christian sacrament symbolically for the root chakra is baptism. It's a baby, right? Usually, most of the time, I'm sure, a baby, right? And it's about claiming the child for the tribe is what usual baptism is. But the energetic dynamic is you claiming your tribe. So it's tribal dynamics. If you watch my readings, root, sacrum, solar plexus, root chakra dynamics, relationships are tribes. So I will say now is a good time to grab a notebook, something on your phone, whatever, in some way, and just keep note of how many tribes you're already in, right? You don't even have to overthink it. You'll realize, like, there's the human tribe and there's the racial tribe. Like, I'm Sicilian, Irish, German. So, the genetic stuff, that's very root chakra. But I'm also an American, and I'm also a New Yorker, and, I'm gay, and I'm a witch, and, these are tribal things. So and then your circles of friends and your family and the industry you work in, or, so you just realize you belong to a lot of tribes. And of course, you're plugged into everybody anyway. But if you think of the root chakra going down into the earth and then spreading out and connecting with all the other roots, there's really only one root system. I know it takes a minute to get used to. So the graces, my book, Words of Grace, you want to check it out, available on Kindle, link in the description box. But if you're on Patreon as one of my gods and goddesses, you get it as part of your subscription, the original version, not the Kindle version, the version that I made. Every page like a Fellini movie in terms of visuals. I love that book. We couldn't do that on Kindle. You really can get that grace is a substance. It is a mystical substance, but one that surrounds us all the time. It's just us tuning ourselves to it. So you can't command it. You can invoke it, but prayer really is the way. So we're going to be doing some of that stuff as well. Briefly, the grace of reverence and the grace of kindness are about the sacred truth of the root chakra, which is all is one. 3 words, all is one. All is one. Like, how's that for a mantra? We'll work that in with the mantras we're doing today. All is one, all is one. The mind can't, right? First line of the Tao Te Ching. Just go look it up. You'll see what I mean. We're looking for an experience here. And if you've ever had that moment standing out in nature where you just connect and you just feel it. I remember even as a kid looking at the window, driving by a Southern State Parkway, tune into the trees, right? And just feeling it. And then once I read the Celestine Prophecy and I was doing the I thing with energy fields, chapter 3, go read it. I remember doing that and feeling the hair on my arms as the blades of grass. It wasn't a very long experiences. I don't have like the Star Spangled Banner mystical experiences. They're like 3 seconds tops, but the reverberation, right? So that feeling of reverence with all of life, not necessarily individual people, but that they're part of that too, right? We all have our relational issues tribally. But the idea that we are separate from each other is certainly at the root of a lot of the suffering and the pain and the crazy that we go through. By the way, always on planet Earth. So it's not like, but we are awakening out of that. Spiritual awakening is really about getting, we're all one, not interconnected, one. Big difference. So reverence for all of life. And kindness, that we are all of one kind. It's not just about being kind, because people can appear kind and not have that vibe. But to get that we are all of one kind. We are all one kind. We are all soul. I don't care. All of the stuff that we're going through on planet Earth with differentiation and equality and, giving voices to those who didn't have and honoring all of it, and a lot of toxicity boiling to the surface, to get that we are all immortal souls, right? That's why I teach human, hero, immortal, God. Well, the human and the hero part is very much on planet Earth, but to embody the soul, which has no race, which has no gender, which has no political affiliation. That's our true tribe. And then think about the tribes of the God part of you, the higher self part of you. It's a lot. But that's why we're just kind of taking the human experience and we're going to elevate it with these graces and a little bit of magic, because I am a witch. I have a piece here, a rather large piece considering, of raw jet. So someone gave this to me. People give you stuff as a witch, and I've just had it for a really, really, really long time. But for me, it is very much a root chakra stone. It's got other properties, but this one in particular. Ooh, look, it darkened the screen. Look. There, little Vogue moment. Isn't that right, Diana? She's very focused. No, again, washed out. Certainly, you can use something red if you've got a ruby laying around. Lovely, but otherwise, carnelian seems to be the go-to. Right, smoky quartz I could have used, but this is the one. That called out, just a touchstone, something that's easy for me to carry in my bag, in my jacket, whatever, just for the next month and a half, because from Yule to Imbolc, Candlemas is a month and a half, but really it's the season of winter. So it's 3 months. It's really from now until March, right? Ostara. So there is an overlap. It's very Carly Simon, very Carole King, very Beatles album, whatever. I'm going to have to kind of move on from that. But let's talk about the element of fire, right? I've got my little crystal decanter with some dragon's blood senda, and I do have a little red glass droplet that you could find in any craft store in there. That will also be a form of touchstone. Easy to grab if I need it, and if this one gets lost in a pocket. A tea light, which is my favorite magical tool. Well, my favorite easy to get, order in bulk magical tool. Always working with white candles, because you can color them with anything, so to speak, particularly through the anointing of oils. And this is, I wear this around my neck, particularly in the Taurus reads. This is a vial, V-I-A-L, not V-I-L-E, of food grade frankincense oil for the sun, solar Sabbat, right? The Sabbats are all solar, the Esbats are all lunar. And just to give, because, it's really hard to do a line at the bottom, a line at the top, a line in the middle, and blend them with something like that. But a clockwise turn is fine. I don't know, sometimes I do magic and I just want to do like that. Okay, so this doesn't knock over. And you can get, you don't have to use food grade. It's just I put this in my mud mask as well. So I want the highest quality. that I can get you frankincense on the skin, but you don't want to just like put it on. You want to mix it with something. You don't want to put it on meat. Okay. Oh, I even have the cosmic red lighter of art. You can move the mouse over there. We've got our mantras. And we're going to do some breath work. So, I do the Wim Hof method every day. I don't know that I'm going to be doing Wim Hof, but the deal is I like to just, when I do breath work, go for it, right? I follow what my body does, what my body needs, what my guides are guiding me to do. And I recommend you do the same. And don't try and keep up with me because I do this a lot. I've been doing, here, no, that's not much better. That's a little better. I've been doing breath work for a very, very, very long time. I started in the 80s. Let's just leave that there. So no matter what breath you are inspired and driven to do it, but also make sure you are doing it safely. If you start to feel dizzy, stop. Well, don't stop breathing, but you know what I mean? Just like let go of the breath pattern, right? Open your eyes, ground yourself, and we're going to be doing some grounding here certainly as well as some of the mantras we're going to end with. Well, one of them at least is very much that, and I am going to read them from the bookie book. Why don't we do that now? Let me read these now so that this way I can just dovetail them into the end of it, and then we will wrap this puppy up. So I've got 6 of them. But we're going to add that 7th with all as one. So that'll sort of be the palate cleanser, I guess, in between mantras as we do this. So in alphabetical order, Virgo power, we've got allowing appreciation. The value of my life increases each time I appreciate everything in it. Now think about that, root chakra, right? And you can start with, I have coffee, right? Everybody wants to go this great, big, huge, denouement. It's like, take a moment. Oh my God. I appreciate my coffee. Amplifying abundance because abundance is my birthright and I receive it now. It's so Looney Tunes every time I hear it in my head. Anchoring the light. The light is always within me because it's just the truth, right? And the light of Yule, the technically rebirth of the light, but the birth of the light at Yule. Unity, consciousness, root chakra, because it's in everything. Creating cooperation. More gets accomplished when everyone has a role to play, even role play, if that's your gig. Tribes, right? Root chakra. Exploring unity, consciousness. I am one eternal light appearing as all. It is the season of lights. I mean, pretty much every holiday, religious, spiritual, secular, there's lighting. Everybody wants to be well lit, and I get it. And grounding my energy. These worked out really, really well. Alphabetically, it is safe to be in my body. So you put those together. What we're going to be doing is allowing appreciation, amplifying abundance, anchoring the light, creating cooperation, exploring unity, consciousness, and grounding my energy. And how are we going to do that? We're going to do that by working the mantra, the healing mantra. The value of my life increases each time I appreciate everything in it. Abundance is my birthright, and I receive it now. The light is always within me. More gets accomplished when everyone has a role to play. I am one eternal light, appearing as all, and it is safe to be in my body. I don't know. That feels like, God, it's a really good. They're like, I was like, should I do all 12? They're like, no, don't do the zodiac. Do these. Bam, 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 bam. And remember, the connective tissue will be all is one. The sacred truth of the root chakra. Thank you, Carolyn Mace, wherever you are. I hope you're having a lovely holiday season. So I guess that's about it, except we're just going to light that candle. But before we do that, get yourself in a position and prepare for the magical lighting effects that I'm sure will go on when my eyes are closed. Watching these back are a bit of a trip for me. So, take a moment, check in one more time, right? In a position you can stay in safely, right? So if you do fall asleep, it is not face forward into a candle, right? Just make sure that loving check-in. As I sit here in my my pajama bottoms and a V-neck sweater because I can. Let yourself get comfortable. And if you look at the word relax, it means to relax. Get lax. Be lax. You're not excellent. Well, get. Oh, this one is so about being in the body. We wanted to come play this game on planet Earth, the human game. So let's bless our bodies as our most immediate tribe. And breathe. Just to ground, just to center, just to be here now. And if you have a candle ready, you can open your eyes, obviously, for this part. Creature fire, work your will by mind desire. May you be blessed with the grace of reverence, the grace of kindness, to be its embodiment, and a radiant reminder of the truth of who we are, the light at the core of all that is, the one eternal light appearing as all, born again this day to increase, to heal, to bless all of life with reverence and kindness, for all is one. So let it be. And so it is. Let's do this. Breathe. And find yourself in some form of circular breath. The speed, the depth, up to you, but just connect the inhales and the exhales so there's no gap or pause. Short and shallow. Deep and full. Or maybe somewhere in between. Relaxing with each breath. As I now call upon the gateway graces, the maiden grace of humility, the mother grace of hope, and the crone grace of endurance, to surround us now in a circle of divine feminine power. With the grace of humility, knowing that we do not know the deeper mysteries, the truth of all of this while in the game, but we are willing to be shown bravely and boldly. With the mother grace of hope that we alone do nothing, and that there is a divine plan in play that is better than anything we can even conceive. The golden thread of the grace of hope guiding us through the labyrinth, the mystery, and the crone grace of endurance that we may call upon a wisdom and a strength beyond this world, yet in this world. the strength and the endurance of the soul that endures and survives all things. That with these gateway graces here, we breathe them in. And we breathe them out to all of life. As we breathe them now down into the root chakra. Just gently placing our focus there. As we now ask for the grace of reverence and the grace of kindness to flow into the root chakra. With each inhale, it expands, and with each exhale, it goes down into the earth, blessing all root chakras of all things. All people, all places, all things, animal, vegetable, and mineral, for all of them have their root in some way. The centering point of physicality, the nucleus of all that is. That all is one. May we be blessed with the grace of reverence to directly experience beyond words our unity and the divinity of all that is, because all is one. May we all be blessed with the grace of kindness and kindness to ourselves, for as we are kind to ourselves in all ways, shapes, and forms, we holographically are kind to all of life in all shapes and forms. And from this foundation, we begin again the human journey of the wheel of the year as the hero's journey. Evolving over the journey into the truth of the soul's journey. Integrating with the God, goddess, the deity journey that we truly are as one. That this foundation be renewed, the dolmen clean, clear, reset, the altar built on a solid foundation. The blessing of the Divine Mother, the Shekinah, that we may baptize our own tribes, claiming them as necessary parts of the divine plan, written in, scripted, before we ever incarnated into this life or any other. For we are angels in disguise, gods in disguise, spirit in body, but spirit first. The E that equals MC squared, but that was the E first. Chosen as we chose to come play the game. During a time on planet Earth where the truth all is one is probably the only thing that's really going to heal this foundationally. So as the roots of the tree Yggdrasil grow down and have always been uniting the worlds, may it unite and heal our world. And let it begin with us. That we may be the beacons, the root of YULE, the grace of reverence in an experiential way, viscerally, physically for each as we are ready to receive it, not just today, but every day for this next wheel. All is one. That grace of kindness, backing every action we take in the world, horizontally holding doors open, sending someone that text, maybe even sitting in prayer in so many ways, shapes, and forms, that we are of one kind, not just humankind, divine kind, kindred, kindred of the soul, and all heroes on the journey making our way home. So I again call upon the pantheons of the divine to use me, to breathe through me, and to guide us through, with touchstones handy if needed, to breathe into life these mantras, these healings, for the well-being of all. And I guess we're not reading from the bookie book, and I'm okay with that. Breathe. And just imagine, with every inhale, you are breathing in the mantra. And with every exhale, you are sending it down into not just your own root, but down into the heart, the core of Mother Earth. So we begin. All is one. 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 Allowing appreciation. The value of my life increases each time I appreciate everything in it. The value of my life increases each time I appreciate everything in it. The value of my life increases each time I appreciate everything in it. The value of my life increases each time I appreciate everything in it. The value of my life increases each time I appreciate everything in it. The value of my life increases every time I appreciate everything in it. The value of my life increases every time I appreciate everything in it. The value of my life increases every time I appreciate everything in it. All is one. 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 Abundance is my birthright, and I receive it now. Abundance is my birthright, and I receive it now. Abundance is my birthright, and I receive it now. Abundance is my birthright, and I receive it now. Abundance is my birthright, and I receive it now. Abundance is my birthright, and I receive it now. Abundance is my birthright, and I receive it now. Anchoring the light. The light is always within me. 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 You're ready. All is one. 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 I think I skipped one. It's okay. Creating cooperation. More gets accomplished when everyone has a role to play. More gets accomplished when everyone has a role to play. More gets accomplished when everyone has a role to play. More gets accomplished when everyone has a role to play. More gets accomplished when everyone has a role to play. More gets accomplished when everyone has a role to play. More gets accomplished when everyone has a role to play. More gets accomplished when everyone has a role to play. All is one. 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 Exploring unity consciousness. I am one eternal light appearing in all. I am one eternal light appearing as 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 all. All is one. 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 Grounding my energy. It is safe to be in my body. 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 Last round. All is one. 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 I'm going to do the breath retention. You do you. All is one. So mote it be. You do you. for the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it, so let it be done. So mote it be. And so it is. Blessed Yule. Take a minute. Tingle, 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 tingle. 8 bells. Take a moment. I can't believe it's 11:09. It's almost 11:11. It's all one. We're all one. Oh my goodness gracious. Blessed Yule. Blessed Yule. My humans, my heroes, my immortals, my gods, really seriously, you all want to jump on my Patreon. Oh, that was good. I think that calls for a little sip of coffee, don't you, darling? I really do hope you all enjoyed that. I did. Almost at 11:11. Get ready, make a wish. No matter where you are, all time is an illusion. We're all one. I know what I'm going to wish for. But I have to get ready to finish cleaning my house. I'm packing up and traveling to Saratoga, New York tomorrow to visit family. I got people staying here, watching the boys, feeding the plants, watching the plants, feeding them, all of that, some of that. A lot to do, but I'm ready, and I will be taking you all with me. So follow along on the Angelo Lyons Mouth for Short Facebook group, or Drawing the Circle on Patreon, or Drawing the Circle on YouTube, or Angelo Lyons on Instagram, or at Profwitch on Twitter. Or just follow me on Facebook, because I'm gonna have so much fucking fun. And that's my wait for it. I know. Hold your breath. I just did. I held my breath for all of us. 11:11. Make a wish for the well-being of all, with harm to none, as I will it, so let it be done. So mote it be. Thank you so much for watching. That was kind of long, 53 minutes. Yeah, you do you. And certainly you can watch this forever. Lord knows I'll be posting this one for years. So thank you to my Patreons, for my YouTube, my malcontents, all of you, all friends, family, my tribes of all kinds. Have a really great Yule. Wishing you the very best and the very blessed. And you will see me again soon, my beloveds. Hail, blessed Yule. Farewell, and blessed be. Bye.